Hi. So, second time. Uh, Lately there have been much less all-around feedback on my videos and on my writing and on Facebook, and that gave me an opportunity to have a direct look at myself, as all of my suppressed fears about this point of fearing being rejected and the almost compulsive and obsessive want, need, and desire for fame and fortune and attention. Yeah, attention especially because my personality design dictates it. It is my personality design is designed such that I place all of my attention resources onto other people and onto my relationship ties with these people, always taking care of these relationship ties, therefore having no more attention resources that are my own to take care of myself. So creating this lack within myself, this lack of attention as self-love, from a lack of self-love, generated this need, want, and desire to chase after other people's attention, to compensate, as if that would ever compensate, which it actually does not, because other people paying attention to me does not, that attention is not directed, from my perspective, that attention is not directed toward myself. It is toward this idea of wanting and lusting for attention from other people. So really, other people's attention on me is used, so to speak, to regenerate and sustain this existence of an idea that I must be famous, I must be rich, have power. Instead, and in that, I realize now that only I can fulfill myself, so to speak. Only I can give myself the attention that I so desperately require. And it's only when I give attention onto myself that this attention resource is invested into myself. Any attention from outside sources will only be directed to regenerate and sustain ideas and beliefs in myself, also known as mind constructs or mind consciousness system, mind patterns, instead of myself. There is a huge distinction between the two, but I do not yet realize it because I've never left my thoughts. I never let go of my thoughts entirely. I have never yet let go of the entire act of thinking and being dictated these energetic feelings and emotions projected onto images. And in a recent video by Destiny Productions, there was an interesting title in one of the videos that said, desire is auditory and visual. And imagining myself not to have any auditory or visual input for an extended period of time, I realized that that is true. Desire can only exist within outside triggers, so to speak. It always has to come from a stimulus outside, which isn't really a stimulus, but is a representation of what I have accepted and allowed, such as a belief that I will gain immense pleasure in to be vulgar, but I don't care, to fuck this girl. The girl herself, the image presentation of the girl, is innocent. It's just here. What is guilty, therefore, is myself for imposing, first of all, contriving an idea that she possesses great pleasure that I must take from her, and then to superimpose that idea onto the image presentation of her. Therefore, delusion. Therefore, thoughts, any and all thoughts, are delusional by nature, and therefore cannot be trusted. Yet, I see and have proven to myself many times in the past, documented in my blogs actually, that I fear death as the death of my thoughts, the death of my personality, who I have built myself to be and exist in this world, which is also fascinating when shortly after I realized how limited an idea really is, trying to live a singular mixture of beliefs and ideas called personality. This constant attempt and maintenance to live one personality as Casper Kwan is tiring and severely limiting, severely self-limiting, and being ideas and beliefs, that's what personality is. I completely, in living that, I completely forget that I am here. I am not my personality, I am here. So with taking these realizations in consideration now, I'm rekindling my special effort of applying myself within and out every breath to live in self-forgiveness, and to keep it simple like that. rather than theorize about many perspectives on process. It's like walking. One will know how to walk when one actually does it and learns by doing, and is often much quicker than theorizing about the mathematics of walking, the kinesthetics of walking. Building this whole mind construct of walking before taking it to the physical through physical experimentation. Much quicker to just go direct to physical experimentation and see what happens, and implied in seeing what happens, embracing and accepting everything that happens physically, in the physical, in physical application such as breathing. Because I cannot deny it, it is physical. It is verifiable. That's one distinguishing feature and one very important feature of the difference between reality and delusion. In thought world, in make-believe world as personalities, everyone has their own unique version. They cannot be verified, they cannot be specified. They will always be vague and to an extent always vague to the person who has the personality itself. Because if they ever got specific about their personality and the origins of their personality, one would realize how utterly delusional and self-destructive personality is, relating to oneself and therefore one's interactions with the world, and therefore destructive towards the world, which is what we are currently seeing on a day-to-day basis in world news of people killing each other and poverty levels and lots of just problem after problem after problem, and always this perpetual concern about money as reflected by stock and how everyone is playing the game of exchanging stocks for profit, which in itself, this whole stock and financial game has been entirely constructed by us. We cannot say that some person up on a cloud constructed this for us. We constructed it ourselves out of our own greed and self-interest to hoard resources and to exert control over one another, as reflected macroscopically by a tiny fraction of the world called the elite, who has most, if not all, of the money, and the rest of the world following the money, therefore following the elite and whatever they do. Interesting. That all of these realizations are obvious. One doesn't have to listen to every single perspective through videos such as this one to realize these things. One only actually has to push oneself to become humble and drop the ego, drop the act of thinking altogether, and breathe instead of being committed to the act of thinking, being committed to the act of breathing, replacing one with another, where breath is life itself, because breath reflects the nature of life as being constant, eternal, unconditionally giving. And the same throughout most vast majority of living organisms. All have to breathe one way or another. Yeah, that's all. There'll be more. There will be more. I'm not going to say tomorrow anymore because obviously I betrayed my words in my last vlog, saying that I would vlog tomorrow. So I will vlog when there is something fascinating to vlog, such as what I've vlogged about today. Thank you for watching.